Have you ever looked for better ways to end a fight? Hi, I'm Keith Pascal. If you can spare between 12 and 15 minutes, you'll discover a resource of super efficient ways to win a fight. A real attack, not some tournament or competition. If you're interested in winning any fight fast, I mean with pure efficiency, then follow along. Even if you know martial arts nowadays, there are a lot of creeps out there, real scumsuckers who have a lot of dangerous street fighting skills. They know nasty moves that can hurt you. So, what can you do to protect yourself? Did you know that there are other kick butt claiming ebooks and videos on the net? Most of these promoters claim to teach you what the lowlifes of our society use to commit their violent acts. And that's where my criticism of these guys starts. Well, guess what? That line of thinking just doesn't make sense to me, and it shouldn't to you either. The reason you shouldn't be so eager to follow these gurus is a common sense principle. Never play your opponent's game if you want to win. So don't wrestle with a wrestler, don't box a boxer, and don't use the same prison techniques that the convicts use. Oh, and don't read an MMA book and try and beat a, well, you get the idea. I'm not knocking mixed martial arts. It's just that a lot of these other programs have been created by the MMA fighters with some success under their belts. It's the same with the UFC fighters, cage match winners, and so on. I don't know about you, but I think that some of these bad dudes are the exact bullies and a-holes that I'd need to defend against. Again, you don't want to try to beat them at their own game. You need something that works against those systems of fighting. You need a slightly different perspective. It can and will make all the difference. Look, I'm an ordinary guy. I'm not big and buff. Well, my belly may be big. Let's put it this way. I'm over 50 years old and no athlete, but I can take care of myself, even against fit attackers half my age. How's this possible? Assuming that you believe what I'm telling you, of course. I got lucky. In 1976, I met an original Bruce Lee student. I started training full-time with him in 1980. This means I've been pursuing super practical self-defense methods in some way, shape, or form for a little over 30 years. Without trying to brag, I feel that I bring a unique perspective to the challenge of staying safe by ending the fight quickly. In fact, possibly with just one hit or kill. I really do apologize if this all sounds like it's filled with hype. Unfortunately, it sometimes takes bold claims to get people's attention. Fortunately, I back everything I say with a money-back guarantee. In fact, I back it with more than a 100% guarantee. I'll tell you why this is a no-risk offer in a minute or two. If I had to make a quick estimate, I'd say that on the internet, 80% of the self-defense and martial arts deals don't teach the right timing and distance. They're setting you up to get smashed by someone more experienced than you. Let me give you a quick example. Did you know that sparring distance is just about the worst distance to be in for a real fight? Why would anyone want to hang out in the exact spot where the enemy wants them? Don't worry, I'll show you a better way. So that's about 80% selling you misinformation. Not intentionally, it's just what they know. Then you have about 10% of the information written from a competition perspective, UFC, cage fighting, and mixed martial arts, for example. The problem is that this point of view comes complete with the limitations and expectations of a regulated fight. The last time I checked, the UFC had 14 rules that prohibited you from using certain moves in the ring. It's not enough for these gurus just to mention those forbidden fruits to you. You have to learn the ins and outs of using each, or at least one or two of them. Another important point to watch is the pattern of these controlled matches. Have you noticed how often they end up on the mat of the ring in a wrestling or grappling struggle? Do you really want to go to the ground with these Herculean fighters? And by the way, these are the guys who are spreading the myth all over the internet that 99% of all fights end up on the ground. I suppose if that's what they believe, then that's all they know how to teach. Let's recap for just a bit. 80% of the fighters don't really have a clue about the true timing and distance of an efficient fight, one that ends quickly with you the winner. 10% do know what the 80% don't, but they are, on a subconscious level, bound by the rules that they follow every day. That only leaves 10% of the martial arts teaching population promoting a fighting method that could really help you. Are you wondering what's in How to End the Fight with One Hit? One thing, it's not a specific martial arts style. I won't be teaching you Taekwondo, Jiu-Jitsu, mixed martial arts, Jeet Kune Do, or any other specific or classical martial art. This method really does work with whatever you already know about fighting. Really. And if you're a total newbie, that's fine too. What works, works. Good fighting techniques and strategies can be used by beginners and advanced fighters alike. If you need to defend yourself, you're about to discover some very important principles. We'll start with your desired outcome in a fight. I'll show you all of the possibilities and why some are better in the long run than others. Knowing how you will control the altercation goes a long way towards preparing you mentally for the self-defense situation that you're thrown into. From there, I want to get right into giving you solid moves to end the attack. We'll start with a technique that relies on two different targets. Believe it or not, over 90% of the Bruce Lee followers get it wrong. And Bruce was the one who invented the sequence. The reason they can't use the move the way they'd want to is that they don't know what I call the Bruce Lee finesse. Don't worry, I'll show you the right way and how to let your opponent's reaction dictate your choice for you. From there, I'm going to give you a bunch of variations on just about my favorite strike with an open hand. You'll find the position that works for you, and it will become one of your primary striking moves. And then we're going into knockout techniques. A lot of fighters want to skip right to this chapter in the ebook, but I encourage them to go through the other chapters first. What's really cool about this chapter is that you'll see ways to combine your knockout punches with what came before. The next chapter gets even more specific. You'll apply all that you learned in the knockout chapter to a different target. In other words, same techniques, different spot to strike. The following two chapters after that come with a lot of warnings. I really don't want you to kill someone. There's almost always another option. Or let's put it this way. I have never had to use the moves in either of these chapters in a real-life emergency. I hope you never have to either. The next section is called The Obvious Option Won't Be Your Option. Here, I'll show you what the other dudes are teaching incorrectly. While the methods in this chapter are practical, they might not be enough to end the fight. You could need an extra hit or two as a follow-up. We'll work through it together in these pages. A lot of what we talk about in the first chapters deals with strikes to the head, neck, and throat. The next 3 or 4 chapters concentrate on hits to vulnerable areas on the torso, including how to properly knock the wind out of people so that they can't continue the fight, yet aren't seriously damaged. In fact, the training drill that I teach for this is so valuable that I wrote a bonus for you on the subject called Worth the Price of the Book. And it is. Right about now, I bet you're wondering how much all of this is going to cost. I could give you more details about the chapter on explosive punches, or the chapter that teaches you a specific class of targets that you'll find all over the body but are rarely focused on by fighters. By the way, these are the real fight enders to add to your bag of tricks. I'm not a fan of hyping a price just to pretend that your ebook is a better deal than it is. You know what I'm talking about. This ebook has sold for $2,000 in the past, but just for you, today only, you get it, not for $1,500, not for $1,000, not even $500, today only, just for you, $297.32. As I said, I get uncomfortable when someone pulls that kind of sales pitch on me. So, today only! Just kidding. My price to you is a very fair $25. Really. Plus, you get 5 bonuses with your order. These are the e-bonuses that I would want. I think you will too. Valuable e-bonus number 1. Faster eye jabs. I'll show you everything from footwork to cutting the distance with your hand position, all in 32 pages. You'll learn practice methods and even a panic response. Since there's a section on eye jabs in End the Fight with One Hit, this ebook will be the perfect complement. Your eye jabs will be different from run-of-the-mill martial arts advice, I promise. Valuable e-bonus number 2. Worth the price of the book. In this 14-page e-booklet, we'll choose and focus on 4 important points made in End the Fight with One Hit. Each tactic or technique by itself really is worth the price of the ebook. In fact, I was hesitant to include my method for keeping your opponent at exactly the right distance to land the punch with the most power possible, but I decided that you need this easy-to-learn masterpiece. Valuable e-bonus number 3. Squeeze more juice. Strengthen your ability to end the fight with one hit, all in 13 pages. If you want the advantage of developing even more precision with the techniques found in End the Fight with One Hit, then look no further. This e-booklet examines a few golden nuggets of information in even greater detail. But there is a warning: you have to read the main e-book first. This book won't really make sense without it. This adds the for your eyes only factor. Valuable e-bonus number 4 is the palm strike solution. There are a few spots in the main ebook where you make use of an open palm strike. This 14-page e-booklet helps you generalize this hit so you can use it effectively in a variety of situations. In fact, if you worry about injuring your hands, fingers, or knuckles, then this ebook will be your godsend. Valuable e-bonus number 5. I edit several martial arts e-zines and newsletters online, including Martial Arts Mastery, one of the longest-running martial arts newsletters on the net. But the only way to get on my VIP list is to become a customer, and it's only valid with certain offers. With the purchase of How to End the Fight with One Hit, I'll include you on this exclusive list, and as long as you stay subscribed, it will remain free to you forever. Your free membership comes with a lot of advantages. You get to preview certain ebooks for free. Regular subscribers to the other lists pay for some of these. You are privy to some of my best e-booklets and articles, with nothing more to buy ever. When I do launch a new product on the net, you'll get access to the lowest price available, no matter what others are paying. And finally, I'll listen to you. I value my customers' opinions. If there's something you need, maybe I can tailor an e-booklet for you. So, how long will this offer be available? To be frank with you, I have no idea. It could vanish tomorrow, or it might be around for a couple of months. It depends on various factors. If you're interested in ending a fight as quickly as possible, then do take advantage of this offer before it goes away. So, what about that more than 100% money-back guarantee? I want you to know that I guarantee everything I write. I don't have to, but I want to. It's important to me that you get quality information that teaches you what it promises, and I want it to be a good fit. So if you're not happy, I want to make sure that you get your money back. For this offer only, I'm going to take it one step further. If for some reason you don't feel that this e-package lives up to the promises that I just made, not only will you get a prompt refund, but I will send you another ebook, hoping to point you on a better path towards martial excellence. It's one of my favorites. Become the martial artist you were meant to be. Now, I'd like to take a second to wish you a safe life and true martial arts and self-defense success. My name's Keith Pascal. If you're tired of rehashed information that really won't do you much good in a fight, then I encourage you to get a copy of How to End the Fight with One Hit and its 5 e-bonuses. This is the one that will make a difference for you. I guarantee it.